so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alrighty, we are live back with the HighLine Designz Pro late models. It's been a while. It's been a week since we've seen you. It's good to have everybody hopefully back in the stands here tonight for a new track and hopefully just as good a racing as always, Dad.
Yeah, and these guys here come from a bigger track, and now they're downsizing on a little bull ring here. So it's going to be interesting to see a transition from Volusia here to Cedar Lake. Everybody, we're already at week 8. We are coming up on a couple weeks. We'll already be halfway through the season. So the season's flying by. I'm glad to see everybody that's here with us and continues to support and watch us here. It's been a good season so far.
Yeah, it definitely has. And I tell you what, somebody who's been picking their season up all year is the guy Quick Time right now. Dave Riesinger Quick Time right now with a 13-0. That is a fast lap here around Cedar Lake Speedway. not far behind him is Kirk S in the 46, followed by Larry S in the 98 machine. So definitely
Yeah, Dave recently are just been steadily just getting better every week at every racetrack. It's not even like at certain racetracks. And I tell you what, one of these days that 72 might pick up his first feature win here.
Yeah, right now he's working under Nathan Brady here at practice, able to find a little bit better line. He slides up in front of him. That shows that car's got pretty good mobility here for tonight's race. 60 laps here at Cedar Lake here tonight, so looks like he's got a good car under him here tonight, and Dave's definitely going to try and keep it up front here for race number 1 here at Cedar Lake Speedway. As we said, he's quick time right now. Kirk Hess, another driver trying to find his first way to victory lane. He's second quick. Larry Hess, 1 win in his career here since we started streaming. He's third quick, looking to get his first one this year.
Yeah, some pretty quick times there with Riesinger, Hess, and Hess. They're all in the 13.0s, tickling that 12-second mark. So guys are definitely getting them dialed in here for the first week here as you're getting set to go 60 laps tonight.
New wrap for the 116 machine of Mike Anderson. He's got that Brandon Overton lookalike wrap there with the Budweiser car that Brandon Overton ran this past weekend at the Gateway Dirt Nationals. Mike Anderson must have taken a liking to it. He's got a pretty familiar looking car, but a good looking car at that.
Yep, I just took a look at it. It's a nice looking car. Definitely the Brandon Overton looked like. Some really cool wraps there at Gateway the past week there, so that was just one of them there. I guess that's perks of having your son be the HighLine Designz guy.
Yeah, that Anderson. He just got to put the wit to him. Hey, bud, I need a new wrap for this week.
Yep.
And I tell you what, Nick doesn't really have any choice but to say yes, sir, and get that wrap done. So.
Exactly. Doesn't want the red to go up, that's for sure.
Heard through the grapevine from the 157 machine that he might have a new power plant in the form of internet come this week, and trying to, get rid of that blinking problem we've seen him having right now. I'm watching him right now. He looks really good out there.
Yeah, I haven't seen him blink yet, Tyler. That's a good sign. That'll be good for the 157 team.
Yeah, definitely not having trouble running right there with Kirk Hess, and that's really the difference. It's hard for these guys whenever somebody blinks a little bit. That is, reactions are made in fractions of seconds when you're out on the racetrack. So it's a huge difference to have him there fully, and we're glad to see that he's made the switch, and hopefully looking for a little bit better of a week here tonight. Right now, pretty quick time. He is 4th quick right now in hot laps.
46 machine's looking pretty sporty here tonight. Running quick time, and out there watching hot laps, he's like starting to gap the 157 a little bit. So maybe tonight will be Kirk Hess's night. You just never know here. And this HighLine Side Pro Late division is we've had, I don't know the total in 2 years, but I know it's got to be pushing 10 to 12 different winners in the Pro Late division in just 2 years time.
Yeah, it continues to climb, and we don't have quite as many new drivers this year. You're going to have new winners more when nobody's won. But I tell you what, it's been, like you said, it continues to climb every year. Somebody else finding their way into back road powder coated victory lane. So, and we hope to continue to see new faces there and new faces to talk to on your top 3 podium positions. So, right now it looks like we got a pretty decent field of 9 cars here tonight.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick, and I'll be right back, Tyler, to join you here when we go live in the heat race action.
Alrighty, sounds good. really going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen, tonight to see really where this track ends up. It's been known to be quite a top dominant racetrack, but you know, as you see that starting to slick off, getting through the center of the racetrack, you wonder how quickly it's going to get to the very cushion. And, you know, who's really going to be able to tiptoe the best here. And, you know, right now a lot of these cars are able to work their way through the middle, but that's going to change once this track begins to slick off. So we've got about 2.5 minutes left in hot laps. Car that, you know, one of your fastest cars all year. That is Jonathan Spiel. He's 5th quick right now. Got out a little late, which could definitely be a difference for that lap time, but he's definitely looking to come from back in the field here tonight. A guy that we are missing and want to, you know, give a quick shout out to, that's Dennis Harrison III out of Allegheny, New York. Not with us here tonight due to a broken hip. So prayers to him and for a speedy recovery. I see he's become really a guy who's been pretty committed to this league ever since coming in this year. And he's been a great addition, a great rookie, and he's been knocking on the door all year. Unfortunately, not going to be able to knock on the door here tonight, but hopefully we get him back sooner than later, as we really enjoyed him here with the Instigators Racing Leagues and the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models.
Yeah, Tyler, hopefully he can find a way to be able to race with that broken hip, but those are nothing to... they're not no light thing, that's for sure. That could be... he said he's not sure how long he'll be out. Hoping not for the whole season, but it could end up being that way. So, time will tell.
Time will definitely tell. But like I was saying, like you said, you know, I think he's been a great addition, and we hope to see him back whenever he makes a fast and speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Another thing we're
down to just under a minute now, but it's getting ready. We're getting ready to go racing.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go heat racing here, and I've seen that a lot of these guys have pulled it in. Nathan Brady really the only car out here in this group of hot laps, making some serious laps. But I see that middle lane hasn't quite slicked up as much as I might have first initially thought it was going to. And I'm sure we're going to see it continue to start to slick up. But I really wonder how if that top's going to become dominant earlier than we think, or maybe a little bit later in the feature here.
I don't know. Like you said, it doesn't look too bad there, especially through the center. And off the corner, starting to slick up on entry, but that's kind of normal for Cedar Lake, and you just don't know when to. Sometimes you just have to change your lane. It'll be fast one spot, and another guy will step out, and it's all she wrote. But it does have a tradition of kind of getting up to the top for a while, and then sometimes the middle and bottom will come back in. You just never know, and with this realistic weather, I'm not sure what kind of changes the track might go through here, because it's definitely not staged and premeditated with the weather too. So that's a new feature for this year, and we like that a lot.
Well, we're gonna put them trackside here for a little bit of heat race action with the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. We finally got it back here, fire under the hoods here of the Pro Late Models, as we're getting ready to finally get back to racing here with the Instigators.
Yeah, go ahead and kick us off, Tyler.
Alrighty, on to pull this one, your points leader in the 13 machine. That's going to be Jonathan Smeal. John Smeal, he's out of Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania. Outside him into 1 star, 2 wins on the year. That's going to be Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner out of Phillipsburg, Colton Joyner's out of DuBois, Pennsylvania in that 1 star machine. 2 wins on the year for him.
Inside the second row, quick time in practice. In the 72 out of DuBois, we got Dave Riesinger, and outside of him out of Grampian in the 80J is Kevin Jackson.
In the 116 machine, 1 win on the year in that Brandon Overton lookalike number 116. That's going to be Mike Anderson. He's out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. So good 5-car heat race here to fire it off. Like you said, your quick time in hot laps in the 72 machine. He's in a pretty stacked heat here, but we're going to see what he can do and maybe put himself towards the front. I do believe Jonathan Smeal will be taking a trip to the rear no matter where he finishes here. But these heat race points do matter quite a bit, so we'll see where they stack up as we get ready to turn them loose here out of turn number 4. We're going to put fire back under me out of turn number 4 at Cedar Lake Speedway. We're green into turn number 1. Side by side, maybe looking to see if we're going to have an early slider from Jonathan Smeal. Yes, we are. He's going to slide up to the outside line. He'll take the lead down into turns 3 and 4. Colton Joyner reside in second right now out of turn number 4. Jonathan Smeal leads. Colton Joyner, Dave Reese. We got a caution flag. Oval Track Specialties caution for Mike Anderson. Oh, that is just unbelievable how these right fronts break on these machines. Off of turn number 2 there, and Action Jackson catches the wall there. Looked like maybe Mike Anderson also caught a push there, and that slow up by Jackson wasn't anticipated, and that little bump right there, ladies and gentlemen, is all it takes, apparently, for these right fronts to be junked on these late models, and you can see Mike Anderson clearly right front not turning, left front is turning, and can't turn the car whenever you don't have both wheels working for you, and unfortunately finds himself in the wall and out of this heat race. Just reminds me of how fragile these cars really are. You know, no quick repairs, and as we've had all year, and these cars so fragile. You know, we saw it there at Lucas Oil before with me and the Lake there. That right front is ever so fragile if it's hitting the right spot.
Yeah, for sure. And it really, Mike Anderson continues to have some bad luck in these heat races, and that's going to start him back in the field. But he's come back up through there before. We'll have to see in the feature how he recovers from this.
Yeah, we will. Complete restart. We're a green flag down into turn number 1. Colton Joyner gets a way better restart that time. I'm not sure if John Spiel's going to be able to make that quick slider. He's going to... That was a very questionable... That's definitely going to be a caution. Mike, Colton Joyner, not really anything the driver of the 1 star could really do there. We'll take a look back at that one. Colton Joyner definitely with a lot better of a restart there. John Smeal tries to get in on the bottom, and he just pushes up the racetrack and cuts the car a little bit late. You know, Colton Joyner already committed out there, and he definitely had the run, but just cut the car a little late, and Joyner really nowhere to go. And Dave Riesinger collected.
This looks like Smeal caught those egg tires down there and just shot him up the racetrack, and that put him right in front of Joyner there.
So not having very good luck getting back into the swing of things quite yet.
That's a terrible break for Joyner, as he had none of that was his fault.
It looked like you said, Smeal got a better restart there in that first one and was able to slide across real quick there, and I think he knew that he was going to have to maybe try and get there a little quicker, and caught that peg tire like you said, and it got tight on him up the racetrack, but just wasn't able to get it cut, get the car reset in time until Colton Joyner made contact. But he's still out here. Let's see if he can maybe pick up a couple positions to better himself as we're back green flag racing here down into turn number 1. So single file restart here for our second restart. Jonathan Smeal will lead, not uncontested. Dave Riesinger now finds himself in second. Action Jackson in third. Colton Joyner in fourth. We'll start to work lap number 4 now, and you can already see that outside is starting to become a little bit more of a dominant line as they get that momentum rolling on that outside. Here comes Colton Joyner. There's a little bit of contact off of turn number 4. They'll keep it straight. Colton Joyner able to take third after that slight contact with Action Jackson. He'll go to third. Action Jackson back to fourth. Up front, though, it's all Jonathan Spiel out of turn number 4. So he'll work lap number 6 now into turn number 1. Dave Racing electing to kind of try and roll through that center middle, through that hump down there in turn 1. As right now, if he gets second here to Jonathan Spiel, that should put him starting pole right now, so maybe not too worried about trying to strive to the front right now. As we've got 2 to go, Jonathan Spiel 2 to go. Out of turn number 4, he'll see the Spiel Racing Designs white flag one more time around for Jonathan Spiel. Down the back straightaway for the final time in HighLine Designz Pro Late Model Heat 1. Gets a little bit crossed up. He's in the wall hard. Jonathan Spiel in the wall. Here comes Dave Riesinger. He's not going to be close enough. Jonathan Spiel still wins. Heat race number 1. Second goes to Dave Riesinger. Third, Colton Joyner. Fourth, Action Jackson. Jonathan Spiel got really crossed up there on the straightaway. Might have got her caught in the steering wheel for a second, but he was able to wrangle her back into the fire suit and hold on to it.
That definitely added a little bit of a twist there at the end of that one. I wasn't sure how that was going to
Yeah,
end.
it did. That was some drama that I wasn't expecting to have. We're all ready, Dag. You go ahead and lead us off for this one.
All right, on the pole. And your orange number 77 out of Hyde, PA, we got Nathan Brady outside him in the 46. Out of Clearfield will be Kirk Hess.
Inside row number 2 in the 98 machine out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Larry Hess. Larry Hess in the 98 machine. And outside of him, we talked about him a little earlier here, looking to have a little bit better luck here with a new power plant. That's the 157 of Dave McGovern. He's out of Curwensville, Pennsylvania.
So far, that 157 looks clean and smooth. That new power plant looks to be working. So hopefully he's got all his gremlins figured out in that 157.
Yeah, definitely sounded like he got a little bit better of a power plane under it. And I tell you what, it looks good like you said right now. Saw him in practice there and had no problems, and now pacing with the rest of the field. And we've seen him blink plenty of times during that. So right now he's looking to be able to stay on track for the cameras here and make this one happen and maybe go from 4th to 1st here in heat race number 2. We'll see those. We're getting ready to take the green flag out of turn number 4. Bad news, Brady looking for the drop of the green. We're green into turn number 1. Side by side down to turn number 1. Nathan Brady, he'll roll around that inside lane, and he's going to get a good bite there. He'll go to the lead down into turn number 3. He'll slide up to the outside middle groove. Here comes Kirk Kester with a big run out of turn number 4. Looking to maybe give him a shot in the shorts, getting into turn number 1. Not yet. Kirk Kester gets a little bit of a push. He'll hold on to it. Here comes Larry Hess on the bottom now. Larry Hess trying to make that bottom side work. We're 3 wide for the lead out of turn number 4. Nathan Brady leads. Kirk Hess, he'll now drive to the middle side. Maybe take a look to the inside of Nathan Brady. Nathan Brady will get a cut on the cushion. He'll go to the lead still. Nathan Brady a little tight into turn number 3. Larry Hess might have shown Kirk Hess the line there on the bottom as he continues to try and pick a nose to the inside. He'll slide up to the middle. Nathan Brady still on the cushion. He'll grab a handful down the back straightaway. He'll still lead into turn number 3. Brady back up to that wall. Off of turn number 4. Kirk Hess has to cut it off there. He'll run second. Larry Hess now trying to close on them. Larry Hess, a little bit of a cut down, trying to pick a nose to the inside of the 46 machine. Great race up front. Kirk Hess in the wall. Here comes Larry Hess. Larry Hess will show a nose. He'll now take second into turn number 1. Larry Hess will leave a lane to the outside. Can Kirk Hess try and fill that gap? He will. Larry Hess going to move up now, though. Maybe try and close that door on Kirk Hess. Out of turn number 4. They're still side by side at the line. Great race up front. We've got 2 to go out of turn number 4. Kirk Hess on the cushion. He'll go back to second. Nathan Brady, your leader. Spiel Racing Designs, white flag in the air. One more time around for Bad News Brady. Back into turn number 1. Nathan Brady on the cushion. Kirk Hess along with him. Down the back straight over the final time. Into 3 and 4. Nathan Brady is going to pick up heat race number 2 with the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. Second to Kirk Hess. Third, Larry Hess. And fourth, David McGovern. Great heat race there out of those 4
Good
drivers.
race. That was a really good heat race. Track already looks like it's pushing up to the top. Still a little bit of grip down low, but just not quite enough to keep that momentum up unless somebody gets their car figured out a little bit better on the bottom side. But it looks like it could be racy here in this feature.
Yeah, it looked like Larry Hess had something rolling there for a second, and then it kind of stalled out. Kurt Kess took a peek down there a couple times, but like you said, Nathan Brady staying true to that cushion is where he really needed to be there and was able to pick up that heat race win. As that cushion
Really, the
just...
key is like when Kirk made that mistake was Hess being able to go to the bottom, make the pass, get back up to the top and seal the deal. And he just never put it back up there in front of that 46 and was able to get the momentum rolling again and got back by him. But you can make the passes down low when the guy makes a mistake, but you got to jump on and get back up to the top.
Yeah, definitely look for that hesitation, but it's all about pick and win. You know, that's why, you know, a lot of guys, you got to use all the racetrack all the way up to the door, so when you know there was a mistake, you can jump on it. And like you said, he was able to get there, but he didn't quite close the door in time, and as soon as Kurt Kess was able to get that thing turned back up on the cushion, he was coming back around him on the outside. So that's definitely something that could have some hurt feelings by the end of this one, but that's the nature of racing here at Cedar Lake.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them tracks that sometimes one or two guys might walk out here with some hurt feelings. But hey, man, we're all family. We get over it, and we'll move on. We'll see how this race goes. We're getting ready to go 60 laps, bud.
Yes, we are. Cars are in the staging area here. So we've got all but John Smale, and I do believe John Smale is going to find himself at the tail for this one. So we'll let him filter to the rear before we give you our starting lineup. See, we'll make the left-hand turn to leave the rest of the cars by, which is going to put this on your pole sitter here for 60 laps at Cedar Lake in the 72 machine. Quick time in, hot laps, looking to pick up his first ever Instigators feature win in the 72 machine. That's going to be Dave Riesinger. He's out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. Outside him in the 77 machine, Bad News Brady out of Hyde, Pennsylvania, Nathan Brady.
Inside your second row, in the 1-star out of DuBois will be Colton Joyner. Outside of him, out of Clearfield into 46 is, well, had a heck of a run going there, heat race, and it's Kirk Hess.
Inside row number 3 in the 80J machine, that's going to be Action Jackson out of Grampian, Pennsylvania. Outside of him, out of Clearfield, PA, that's going to be the 98 machine of Larry Hess.
Inside your fourth row in a 116, new paint scheme on there in the Budweiser car. Out of DuBois is Mike Anderson, and outside of him, into 157 out of Curwensville is Dave McGovern.
And rounding out your field, your points leader, out of Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania, Jonathan Smale in the 13 machine. We're getting ready to turn him loose though here. Dave Reese controls the pace, there's the green flag as we fire into turn number 1. Nathan Brady right where he left off in the heat race, trying to go to the lead on the outside. Dave Reese goes side by side. Down into turns 3 and 4. Who's going to have the lead out of turn number 4? I do believe Dave Riesinger's got that car rolling on the bottom. Dave Riesinger creeping through the middle. He's going to be able to take the lead off of Nathan Brady. Colton Joyner trying to follow suit on the bottom. That bottom side has a little bit more grip than we might have expected here to start. Now Nathan Brady's got that car wound up. Trying to get back around the 1-star for second. Out of turn number 2. That door's going to close. Maybe not. Joyner will leave him a lane. Your leader, though, all out front, is going to be Dave Riesinger out of DuBois. Dave Riesinger rolling nice and slow through the center of the racetrack, and as I see right now on that wrap, he's got Louis Caldrone riding shotgun with him in that 72 machine.
Yes, he does. I didn't even see that, Tyler. That's pretty cool riding out there, shotgun in that 72. That's a pretty cool deal right there.
Definitely pretty awesome as Dave Riesinger has taken them to the front of the field and trying to pull away to get his first win here as we work lap 6 of 60 right now. Dave Riesinger, your leader. Second, Colton Joyner now. Third is Bad News Brady. Nathan Brady's still up on that cushion. Here comes Kirk Kesto on the bottom trying to go to that podium position. That bottom side working a lot better than we anticipated here tonight, Dan.
Yes, it is, and I'm completely surprised. That's just what I said. You just never know. I thought for sure it'd be the top side, and here the guys on the bottom are rolling.
Yeah, everybody's seen that now, and Colton Joyner trying to slow roll it more than the next guy. He's trying to close the gap on Dave Riesinger. 2 wins on the year. That confidence is built up in the one-star machine. He's going to try and pick a nose out of turn 4. Not yet. Dave Riesinger rolls through the bumps. He'll continue to lead. Colton Joyner has to get on the binders there. Kirk Hess now in the picture.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Oval Track Specialties caution.
Not sure what that one was for. Maybe the 157. Let me zoom back here and see.
That's going to be the 157. Little bit of contact there with Action Jackson and over the peg tires, and slowed off the pace there, and the caution flag comes out. He was working to the inside of Jonathan Smeal and tried to maybe pick a nose to the inside of Action Jackson there, got up off that bottom and into the left side door of Action Jackson, got a little sideways there. But all cars seem to be in working condition. 157 is going to take a trip to the infield, try and get maybe a couple, or excuse me, he's going to take a trip to the Elevated Outdoors hot pit and try and get a couple optional repairs fixed up.
Yeah, probably got a little bit of the spoiler there, the front valence messed up there on them peg tires a little bit, but that shouldn't be too bad for that pit crew to try to pound back out a little bit, get back in shape, but he's got to get back out there before they get ready. They take green.
Yeah, we're getting ready to take green right now. Dave Riesinger, your leader. Second place, Colton Joyner. He's decided to pick that outside groove. Kirk Hess put on the bottom now. Nathan Brady, Larry Hess, your top 5. Out of turn number 4, Dave Riesinger controls the pace. He'll go when ready. Green flag. I tell you what, there was a big gap between him and the other drivers. We're 3 wide into turn. Nathan Brady on the bottom. He'll show the nose to Kirk Hess. Wow, that was close for Colton Joyner. He drives around them all. Holy man, Nathan Brady with an aggressive move. He'll go to third, though. Colton Joyner works on the outside now. Now you've seen that 72 machine jump to that outside groove. That caution could be all the difference right now. These top 2 now to the outside after being on the inside. Nathan Brady trying to roll that bottom side. He thinks it's still there. Colton Joyner will go back to the bottom now. He'll take another peek. Nathan Brady flirt with the peg tires. Out of turn number 2, they're side by side. That bottom's quicker. Out of turn number 4, could we have a new leader in the 1-star? Out of turn number 4, Colton Joyner, your leader. Dave Riesinger starting to think maybe he moved up a little early right now, as now Nathan Brady looking for second out of turn number 2. Colton Joyner, your leader. Nathan Brady runs in that second place position. Dave Riesinger is going to take the time to go back down to the inside. Now he'll look back to the outside of Nathan Brady. Here comes Nathan Brady on the bottom, trying to get a good bite off of turn number 2. He'll slide through the middle out of turn number 4. Colton Joyner, your leader. Nathan Brady runs second. Dave Riesinger not out of it. He runs third, trying to get that car wound up there. Back into turns 3 and 4. Nathan Brady, the only car really on the bottom right now. Kirk Hess trying to follow suit. Dave Riesinger looking for a way around on the outside. Out of turn number 4. Colton Joyner still your leader here as we work lap 17. Second place, Nathan Brady. Dave Riesinger runs third. Kirk Hess trying to work his way to the inside of Dave Riesinger now, but he runs 4th. Larry Hess back up to 5th. Mike Anderson runs behind him. Kirk Hess right on the tires. Will take a peek to the inside. Not going to make anything happen yet. He'll continue to run 4th. Nathan Brady now jumps up to that outside groove. Dave Riesinger trying to make it work on the bottom side. Oh, Kirk Hess has to get on the binders, turn the car off at turn number 2. He'll look to the inside now down the back straightaway. Kirk Hess will look low here, getting into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Can he complete the pass? Not yet. Oh, there's contact with the peg tires for Kirk Hess. He's going to lose momentum. He'll go back to 4th. I tell you what, a guy who's maybe got it starting to get it all the way up on the outside cushion. Here comes David McGovern on the outside cushion, trying to make it work on the outside of Mike Anderson. He'll fill the gap. Back up front, your leader, Colton Joyner. He's using that cushion for all it's worth right now. That is piled up against the wall, and he is abusing it right now. Both ends of the racetrack, he continues to rip the lip and tear down the fence here. Second place, Nathan Brady creeping around the bottom side. Dave Riesinger in 3rd. Kirk Hess runs 4th. 3 wide behind Kirkess. We're 3 wide out of turn number 2. Dave McGovern to the inside. We're still 3 wide out of turn number 4. That's close. Big checkup. We might be wrecking. We'll hold on to it. Everybody somehow holds on to it. Back up front. Still Colton Joyner over Nathan Brady. Dave Riesinger runs in that 3rd and final podium position. Kirkess runs 4th. Dave McGovern has found himself in 5th now. He's got that outside berm rolling here tonight. Made a good move, a good 3 wide move there to try and put himself to the front. And with this new power plant, he seems to be going forward. Back to that outside cushion. Here comes Dave McGovern trying to go around the outside of Kirkess. Not going to make it happen yet. All alone out front is the 1-star of Colton Joyner. Just hoping for not a caution and to keep rolling just how he is. Nathan Brady around the bottom along with Dave Riesinger. Here comes Dave McGovern to the outside of Kirkess. Out of turn number 4, could we see a new battle for 4th? To 4th goes Dave McGovern. Back up to the cushion. He's got it wound up on the outside. Dave McGovern goes to 4th now. He's got his sights set on the 72 machine out of turn number 4. Nathan Brady now trying to ward off the 72 and Dave Riesinger. Great racing here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Bottom and top right now. Dave Riesinger all the way out to the cushion. He's trying to get it wound up on the outside of Nathan Brady. Here comes David McGovern. Looking to have a battle of the days here as we work our way out of turn number 2. Into turns 3 and 4. Nathan Brady on the bottom. Dave McGovern trying to go to 3rd right now on Dave Riesinger. Riesinger trying to just find his way through the slick, grab a handful off the cushion, and maybe see if he can get a little bit of grip. Kirkess now back to the inside of McGovern. Kirkess not going to go away quite yet. He'll look back to the inside for that 4th place position. Now McGovern takes a big stride to the outside, trying to fill a hole. And now he'll cross under. He'll go to the inside of Dave Riesinger. Side by side, wheel to wheel, down into turns 3 and 4. McGovern will turn the car. He'll look to the inside of Riesinger off of turn number 4. He'll now try and slide back up to that outside berm. Not going to make it happen quite yet. Riesinger still runs 3rd. Here comes Kirkess. Kirkess back to 4th now. That little bit of a mistake was all Kirkess needed to put his hat back in the ring. McGovern's found that outside line once again, trying to make it work. Great racing here for 3rd, 4th, 5th. 2nd even, as Nathan Brady holds on to that 2nd place position. Kirkess trying to slow roll that bottom side. Dave McGovern selling t-shirts on the cushion. Out of turn number 4. McGovern will go back to 4th. Starting to wonder if Dave McGovern thinks about going to the even higher than the 72 machine in front of him. He'll take a peek this time. Riesinger back to the bottom. Could that open a door for the 157? He'll go way to the outside berm. He'll grab a handful of the concrete, turn it off the corner. There's contact, him and Kirkess. Now here's the green machine. Into the picture, Jonathan Spiel from the tail. Now racing for that 5th place position. Kirkess now under battle for that 5th place position from Jonathan Spiel. McGovern in the wall hard. He'll get it turned off the wall. Behind them, the 98 machine of Larry Hess, Mike Anderson, Action Jackson. Colton Joyner continues to run an ever so smooth race out front. Has a 7-second gap on the rest of the field. Dave Riesinger has a nose to the outside now, trying to make that 2nd place bid real. Out of turn number 2. Riesinger will peek a nose to the outside. Brady gives him room. McGovern's back in the mix. He'll spark it off the wall. Down the back, down the front straightaway. Dave Riesinger has it by a cat's whisker at the line for 2nd. Now McGovern trying to go for, maybe thinking about a 3 wide move into turn number 3. He'll follow suit behind Dave Riesinger right now. Sparklers off the wall, down the front straightaway. Side by side for 2nd. Riesinger has it. Great battle up front. 3-car battle for your 2nd place position. That was close. McGovern up to the outside. He's going to lose a lot of speed. He'll cut down the racetrack. Jonathan Spiel now the sole owner of that 5th place position. He's trying to roll through the middle, maybe trying to find a way around all 3 of them, as they're still side by side for 2nd in front of McGovern. Brady on the bottom. He's been there all night. McGovern to the outside with Dave Riesinger. Dave Riesinger now has that second place position. McGovern gonna go to third down the back straightaway. Brady will peek a nose back to the inside out of turn number 4. Brady back to fourth. He'll move up to the outside now. Dave Riesinger finds his way to second. David McGovern runs third now. Jonathan Spiel, he's moved to the bottom side to try and peek a nose on the inside of all of them. He'll look on the inside of Brady. Not yet. Oh, McGovern in the wall. He'll grab us some sparklers. Out of turn number 2, he'll get his feet back under him. Nathan Brady to his inside. Could we see a slide job here into turns 3 and 4? He'll shut the door. Nathan Brady shuts the door into 157. McGovern back to the inside. He'll try and slide through the middle. He'll grab them crumbs. Trying to look back to the inside of Brady. They'll door down the straightaway. All in front of the 13 machine, your points leader. We work lap 48 now into turn number 1. McGovern trying to work his way back up to the outside as Brady now has that line. Could we see a slide job into 3? Not yet. McGovern will cut the car. He looks for the grip off the bottom of turn number 4. Side by side for third. Riesinger now pulling away from all of them. Side by side for third right now, your podium position. Who's going to get to talk to us here tonight as we've got 5 cars under a blanket for that third place position. Still side by side between Brady and McGovern. Out of turn number 2. Brady has that outside momentum. He'll have third right now. McGovern may be looking 10 laps to go for Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner has caught the rear of the field. In that one-star machine, he's got Action Jackson right in front of him. I tell you what, Colton Joyner just driving ever so slowly, and he's got a 10-second lead. I doubt he even wants to get into lap traffic. Dave Riesinger runs in second, but now Bad News Brady trying to challenge him for second back. Brady's going to try and look to that outside lane. It's not there. These cars are on a train race on the outside. Now Brady will take a peek to the inside. He's going to try and get back up to that outside. He will. We're 4 wide in the center out of turn number 4. McGovern to the inside of Brady now. Oh my goodness, these guys are close. That's going to be a close one. Brady out of the gas. He'll give him a lane. We're 3 wide into turn number 3. McGovern going to close the door on Nathan Brady right there. Now I'll leave him a lane. Brady ever so trying to get around the outside. He's in the wall. Brady in the wall with McGovern. They'll get the cars, keep them straightened out. We'll stay clean and green. Brady loses a ton of positions. Jonathan Spiel has somehow found himself in third. What a great run to put himself back in a position for a podium's finish. Dave Riesinger slams the fence. In the 157, he might have trouble. We might see a caution. Colton Joyner around them all. And there's the Oval Track Specialties caution with 4 laps to go for David McGovern. I tell you what, Dad, that is not what Colton Joyner wanted to see.
No, that was... So, I tell you, Colton Joyner, congrats to him, but he put a spoiler on what could have been race of the year for the first spot. If that would have been for position number 1, them guys were battling it out. 5, 6 of them, 3, 4 wide back there for second position. What a race back there.
Yeah, I want to make an apology to to Colton Joyner for not having more screen time. But I tell you what, the battle for second was too good to keep our eyes off of it. And as he put an absolute, like you said, clinical on the rest of the field in that 1-star machine, he's the only guy that might have a all-straight race car right now. Is those guys are just now able to catch the rear of the 1-star. He was that far ahead. Looked like he had about a 10-second advantage there at the time of that caution, as we've got some cars in the elevated outdoors work area. As we're going to get them lined up here, I think they're going to let them go here out of turn number 4. Colton Joyner leader, Dave Riesinger not up on him there. We're going to go green now. Riesinger was not ready at all for that one, and that's going to let Colton Joyner just kind of walk away like he had been earlier. Riesinger was not on the ball there for that one, and now Jonathan Spiel going to try and take advantage and go to second. Out of turn number 4, we'll see the 2 laps to go. Jonathan Spiel not going to have a chance at the leader, but he's going to slide for second here. Out of turn number 2, Smeal will go to second, Riesinger back to third. Smeal Racing Designs, white flag one more time around for Colton Joyner, as he's already mustered up a 2-second advantage in just 2 laps. Down the back straightaway for the final time, looking for his 3rd feature of the year, an absolute clinical, sparklers off the wall. Colton Joyner wins 60 laps at Cedar Lake, 2nd, Jonathan Smeal 3rd. Dave Riesinger with Louis shotgun, 4th will go to Larry Hess, Kirk Hess 5th, Nathan Brady 6th, Mike Anderson 7th, David McGovern 8th, Action Jackson 9th.
Wow, that was something else back there with those guys from 2nd on back to 6th, man. 7th place. What a race.
What a great battle between all those drivers, like you said. And I do believe that is going to end up having the Newcomb Automotive Hard Charger probably be for the 13 machine of Jonathan Smeal from 9th to 2nd.
Yeah, he did. He just did it. He kept his nose clean, and just every time somebody made a mistake, he'd get another position or just worked his way up through there. So pretty smart driving on the 13's part there to get himself up there and keep his streak alive of either 1st or 2nd. This entire season so far.
Yeah, especially for a huge lack of cautions in that one. Great driving by all the by everybody for that close a race, and did not have, a lot of yellows is really impressive for them guys. And what a great battle it was, like you said, through the field there. Jonathan Smeal was definitely able to take advantage on that last restart, get ahead of the 72 machine of Dave Riesinger. But all in all, I do believe that might be one of the first podiums for the 72 machine of Dave Riesinger with a great run tonight. Was your leader for a couple of laps, fell back to 3rd, then back to 2nd, and finally resulted in, I think, one of his first podium finishes here with the Instigators.
Yeah, it might be his first one. We'll be happy to talk to him here when he gets his shot here when we talk to him. But right now, Colton Joyner has joined us in the booth. And Colton, not sure what gear you had, but you had one more than everybody else. You were in a league of your own tonight. Congratulations on win number 3. You were able to pull away, and at one point had a 7-second lead, up to maybe 7 to 10-second lead, and you were looking at the back of the pack, possibly getting into lap traffic, but we had a caution before that happened. But tell us about your race.
Yeah, I mean, starting 3rd there at 3rd, it seemed like it was gonna handle pretty good on the bottom there while it was getting good. While it was while there was still some bite there. Yeah, I tried to make my move there while I could. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. I just ran my race and got it done.
Yeah, man, you were kind of the spoiler there tonight. I mean, it was a great run for you, but while you were out there driving Miss Daisy there, getting 7-10 seconds ahead, we had the battle I've seen in a long time back there for 2nd through 6th, as the guys were 3 and 4 wide. So maybe it's best you were out there by yourself, because I don't know how them guys kept it from wrecking every other lap. And so you definitely had the car to beat. You showed it. You ran a great race, and that might tighten up your points a little bit, as you and Smeal seem to be the guys fighting for this points championship this year. And he was able to work his way back up to 2nd, so didn't quite get the points that you're looking for, but definitely doesn't hurt there winning this race. So congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Any sponsors or anybody you'd like to thank this week?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my parents for watching, and HighLine Designz for the wraps. Thank you guys for putting this on for the winter, as usual. Yeah, thanks everybody for putting this on.
Well, we thank you too, Colton, as you've been a good addition to this league the last couple of years. You show your dedication, and you're a good race car driver, and we're happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, we're moving on down to Smill, keeping a streak alive of either first or second as he slowly worked his way up, was able to get to second place. Congratulations, Smill.
Yeah, thanks. Definitely was not an easy one to come through the field in that one. Everybody just was so tight running door to door. I had to pick and choose when I would take runs and the lines I would run. And tell you what, for the most part, I was following McGovern pretty well up through the field for a while. He was up there beating the boards down to a new level. But finally able to work my way through. It was definitely some tight racing there for, I don't know, what felt like 50 laps.
Oh, definitely. There at one point, I think you guys were 4 wide at one point, which is that's pretty unheard of at Cedar Lake to be 4 wide. But you pulled it out, and very few cautions, and that was an impressive run by everybody.
Yeah, it was some great clean racing overall. Tensions got a little high in some of the cockpits with some of the drivers, but overall it definitely felt like we put on one heck of a show for you guys up in the booth.
Oh yeah, I mean and you're running 3 and 4 wide. There's gonna be some door banging going on. I mean that kind of racing. I'm actually surprised. All the more that really happened out there, but I understand. This is a track that usually you walk away from, and there's somebody that's not your buddy that for a minute there, but we all will get over it and move on. But congratulations. Who do you like to thank?
Thank you guys for putting this on week in, week out, and all the work and time and effort and stress that goes into putting this on behind the scenes, and for you guys doing the broadcast. Always fun to go back and watch these. Got to thank my wife for all the support that she gives for me with the sim and outside of the sim. Uh, yeah, just everybody that's a part of Instigators, from you guys at the top to every driver that shows up. It's one hell of a league.
Well, thank you, Smill, and congratulations on another good run. Really, I mean you're showing consistency of a champion this year. Uh, Moving on down, we're going to talk to the third place guy. I am not mistaken. This may be his first ever podium, his first ever interview, and what a run! Led laps. Guy just keeps getting faster and faster. But congratulations, Dave Reese, here on coming home on our final podium spot tonight.
Thanks. Yeah, and you're right. That is my first interview, my first podium spot. So feels good.
So was you a little nervous out there when you knew how good a car you had and you were out there in the front and battling for these podium spots or even possibly a win?
Like we've said before, we've talked about, it's hard when you're leading because you don't know where the fast line is, you don't know where everybody else is running or where they're coming at you from. Did good till the first caution, then I chose the outside and thought maybe I made a big mistake when Colton and Brady got by me on the inside, but then after a while I couldn't see Colton anyway. He was gonna get by no matter what. So, and Brady and I ran side by side for what seemed like half the race for a while, but it all worked out.
You've been on the promoter side of things and helping with racetracks at Hummingbird Speedway and on the outside of the cockpit. Well, tonight you got a good taste of inside there when it's exciting, and was it everything you hoped it'd be?
Yeah. Hope to move up. I thought maybe I'd get second, but Smeal got me with a couple laps to go through that slider, and I mean it was clean. I had nothing for him to get back by him again, so that's part of racing. And I know, like you said, from the track standpoint, how difficult it is, how much effort, how much work you guys put into things. I've compared real racing to what you guys do for the league a lot. You take a lot of crap from people, and it's a thankless job. So appreciate you guys doing all that.
Well, we appreciate you too, Dave. You've been with us for a long time, and you're back every week and every year. And we hope you keep driving till your hands won't grab the steering wheel no more.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dave. And that's pretty much a wrap tonight for our HighLine Designz Pro Lates. A lot of good racing. If you guys didn't enjoy that, then you don't like racing. Back to you, Tyler.
Yeah, what a battle there, and it's great to see. Like we just heard there from Dave, one of our guys that have been here, from the start and was able to pick up his first podium here tonight on a track that usually is pretty top dominant, became a track that was quite all over the place. You know, you could really, it was about picking your line and where you wanted to be. But other than Colton Joyner putting a absolute clinical hashtag walking a dog on the rest of the field, it was it was quite the spectacle to watch, and was great to see all three of these drivers up front, and especially Dave Reesinger with his first podium with Louis riding shotgun.
Yeah, that was a pretty special moment there. So, well, we're going to take a short intermission, and we'll be back with our, let's see, why do I always forget?
KDJ Etched Big Block Modifieds.
Yeah, the KDJ Etched Design Big Block Modifieds, and we'll be back shortly.
Yeah, we'll be right back here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, and we will see you in a second. Alrighty, we are back with the KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modifieds here at Volusia Speedway Park.
Yes, we are. Man, if this race here's half as good as that Cedar Lake race in the Pro Lates, we're in for a doozy. Is no surprise early on here, Drake Beeks, a.k.a. Byron Beeks, your points leader, quick time. Yeah.
Man of many names.
Your quick time. A man of many names. Out of Uniontown is your quick time here in practice, the hot laps.
It's Byron Meeks, quick time right now. We're gonna do them. Doesn't appear to have a wrap on this week. You got just looks like almost a straight up 66 on the side of that machine. Running in, that's the 53P of Ryan Patton. He's been clawing all year. Bad luck last time we raced. Was leading there late and unfortunately was not able to seal the deal. And Cody Buck came home with that one, I do believe. So Ryan Patton still looking to find his first league win with the Instigators. A guy who's seen the front quite a lot and in league and out of league, and has a couple fun races with us that he bested all of us, but looking for his first official win here with the Instigators.
Now, last week I thought he had that one in the bag there when he made it through that lap traffic and just, I don't know, it just got to him or something, or just made a mistake and let it get away from him. And I know he's very upset with himself, but here he is back. You just move on and go on to the next racetrack and try again.
Yeah, like you said, you just got to keep your head down and keep digging. There's the 7 machine of Cody Schultz on your screen. He's getting everything that's worth out on the cushion here in hot laps. As we saw in super late models, were just here not too long ago with the with the Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication super late models. Now we've got the big block modifieds on here. This track with this little bit warmer weather, this track really starts to go away, and some lines that some lines that you maybe normally don't see are kind of coming into effect, and we'll see if that's something that plays in with the big block modifieds here later tonight.
No surprise right now that Meeks, Patton, and Newcomb are your fast 3, as they've been fast all year, especially when the track's heavy. So only one that's not quite up there that has been up there is Cody Buck. Is Colton Proach that's 4th right now in the speed charts.
That's a guy that's really showing a lot of growth here. And he starts up front in a lot of these heat races, and kind of, it's hard to hold back a lot of these veterans, and he's been doing better and better, and started up front a lot in these features, and just finds himself in an accident early. If he could get that monkey off his back and hold that track position, I think we can see him come home with a pretty good finish here one of these weeks.
Yeah, and this is not an easy class to be a rookie in, because we allow all skill levels to run in these big block modified division, as the pro lates are more of our rookie, and the guys who are running mid-pack in our league prior is what developed the pro late league, and supers were the guys who were running mid-pack and to the front, and that's how we separated them. And we only allow the rookies to go into the pro lates and to keep that class competitive. And but these guys here, there is a little bit of everybody. We got guys that's hardly ran in here to guys that's been in super late, so it's quite a wide range of drivers in here, and to be running as well as Colt Prost is as a rookie, that's quite a feat.
It's looking like we're going to have another field of 9 here for the big blocks. And if that's anything to say, what a great race we had just a few moments ago. 9 seems to be just a fine number of race cars on the racetrack.
just looking at the mile per hour chart of these guys, and they're hitting almost 108, about 118 mile an hour down the back straightaway. So definitely cruising. There's Byron Meeks right there, just hit 119 mile an hour before he entered that corner. So they're definitely getting around here.
Definitely a lot of speed for these guys. This big block's definitely a little bit different than the supers, but you can tell that they are carrying about just as much speed, especially whenever they're able to use that cushion on that, keep a lot of that momentum. Pretty good little battle here between the 25M machine and Ryan Patton. Those are top two in practice, and they seem to got pretty cars pretty close in speed as they're kind of running the same line, but one looks here, one looks there, and maybe trying to judge off of where they're going to be able to make some moves here later tonight.
It could be a really good race there with these two fast. I know that Ryan Patton is pretty good at slow rolling the bottom, and Meeks is more of a guy that likes to run the cushion. So if there's two lanes here tonight, there could be a heck of a battle between those two.
Well, right now they're tossing a few haymakers at each other, trying to feel out where they're going to be here. As Meeks is crossing under the 53P machine. Ryan Patton, here comes the slide drop for the 25M machine. We're having a little racing here in hot laps. Ryan Patton will take a look back to the inside. Not going to be able to get there this time. We might see a Hail Mary here into turn number one. There's a Hail Mary. He'll throw it up there. Way clears up by a cat's whisker in that 53P. Wow, that was close.
I'll tell you what, Tyler, these guys aren't going to bring their backup cars out if they're not careful before we even get to heat race action.
I tell you what, I did not think Ryan Patton was going to clear that one. Here he goes. He's going back to the inside. Oh, and he's looping it. Just these guys have a little bit of fun in practice, but I tell you what, that was quite interesting to watch. I do. That was that was close.
I think they were both trying to just test each other out because I think they know they might be seeing each other here in these races tonight.
Definitely might be. If you take a look at them times, they are very, very close. Just about a 10th off. And a guy just a 10th off of them is Orvis Dukem, so those top three are really under a blanket.
Good to see Chris Gormont having a pretty good lap time there as he's just below mid-pack as he's one of them guys that just likes to come out and have fun and sometimes might not have the best lap times, but it's nice to see some speed out of that 43 machine tonight.
Yeah, really not far off the pace if you really think about it. You know, I mean, 16.5 and your leader's a 16.182. I mean, he's right there, you know, in that jurisdiction to where if something happens, he's in a spot that he can maybe pounce to.
Something I've noticed with these big block modifiers is they just don't seem to tear up a racetrack like the late models do. The track seems to hold together a little longer and keep grip a little longer. And I know back last week we were here, by the time we were done with practice, we already had a slick, getting slick going in the corner already, and this track still looks like it's got plenty of bite left in it.
Yeah,
we're down about a minute and a half left.
Yeah, that track was really going away, and I'm just now starting to see even any little bit of black. So that's like you said, that's definitely a huge difference compared to the late models. I mean, like you said, we had black streaks in this racetrack whenever we were getting ready to go out for heat race action, and right now it kind of looks like that middle groove is just as tacky as when they first got out there. But I see a lot of these guys really using that cushion up more than that middle of the racetrack. I'm wondering if that cushion's getting pushed up, and that's really going to be where a lot of these guys are using that cushion to their advantage. So we'll see. definitely these guys are giving themselves a little bit different of a racetrack here.
I'll tell you what, though, I hate to presume anything after last race. I was completely wrong about that Cedar Lake track, and I mean, it raced all over all night long, and I really wasn't expecting to see that, so maybe I ought to just keep my mouth shut.
No, I mean, as much as you think you might need to keep your mouth shut, I was right with you. I was right on the bandwagon of Cedar Lake, you know, going to have trouble finding, you know, speed unless you're on the outside, and a lot of these guys found speed, and anybody who tried to go around the outside really had to try and work for it. And, you know, and even when you're out there, it's hard to hit that line ever so perfectly. You saw Dan McGovern, sometimes he looked like he might have had the fastest car on the racetrack, but that next lap, you just catch that cushion a little wrong, you get a little tight, and you got to reset the car and lose some momentum. So it was a very fine line, but ended up having a great race out of it.
100%. These guys may have to go back to the drawing board to be able to keep up with Colton Joyner next week, but other than that, that was pretty exciting.
Colton Joyner.
Well, there it is.
There it is the checkered flag.
It's time. It's time for our KDJ Etched Designz heat races in the big blocks.
Here we go. That track looking just as good as when we started. We'll see where these guys a little bit of streaking there out of turn number 4, but it looks really good down here in 1 and 2. So I'm curious to see where these guys want to put these race cars here. Go ahead and start us off here for the KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modifieds here at Volusia, Dad.
All right, on your pole, looks like it's last week's feature winner. In the 29B, that's Cody Buck out of Phillipsburg, and outside of him in the 57C, he is out of Clearfield, your rookie Colton Probst.
Inside row number 2 in the 43 machine, pretty good hot lap here tonight. That's going to be Christopher Gormont. He's out of State College, Pennsylvania. Outside of him in the 74 machine, that's going to be Jeremy Briot. He's out of West Lebanon, New York.
And rounding out your field, your points leader in the 25M, he is out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. That is Byron, a.k.a. Drake Meeks, in the 25M.
A.k.a. Squeaky.
A.k.a. Squeaky.
If you're wondering, here we'll give you a look at why the Squeaky. Here it is on the rear spoiler. So it's got to mean something, ladies and gentlemen. So there is Squeaky in the 25M machine. In that BLM sponsor number 25M out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. This pace truck's going to bring them around one more time. And we'll get ready to turn them loose here. Get the Thunder back here in Volusia. We had the 900 horsepower super late models, and now we've got the big block modifieds here. So we're keeping the shows alive here at Volusia Speedway Park here with the Instigators Racing League. So we're going to get ready to light the fire back under these hoods here out of turn number 4. Here we go. Pace truck looking to duck off here out of turn number 4. Flagman has the green flag high above his head. We're looking for the green flag. Cody Buck looking to fire out of 4. We're green out of turn number 4. Cody Buck gets that early hole shot. He'll go to the lead. He'll slide up to the outside. Colton Probst able to follow in soon. He'll run in 2nd. Jeremy Briot slots into 3rd. Christopher Gormont runs 4th. Here comes Squeaky. Byron Meeks up to 4th right now. He'll look to the inside out of turn number 4. Now he's going to throw the nose to the inside of that 57C of Colton Probst. Probst will get that good run off the outside. He'll stay 2nd. Here comes Byron Meeks for 3rd now. Could we see a slide job? He'll slide up to the middle. Probst back around the outside. Good clean racing out of turn number 4. Now Byron Meeks, he is going to throw the slider. He'll slide up to the outside. Take that line away from Colton Probst. Probst tries to take a look to the inside, but it's all Byron Meeks to 2nd now. 5th to 2nd from Byron Meeks. Cody Buck, last week's feature winner. Your leader right now. Byron Meeks up to 2nd now. Colton Probst runs 3rd. Jeremy Briot trying to have something to say about it. Back up front. Cody Buck still leads. Byron Meeks runs 2nd, trying to find a line that's a little quicker. Probst in 3rd. We work lap 5 of 8 right now, out of turn number 2. Cody Buck, your leader. Oval Track Specialties caution flag. Christopher Gormart off at turn number 4. Just catches that opening on the front straightaway. That wall opening gets out and just grabs him there, and that will turn that car sideways down the front straightaway, and around he'll go. Tried to keep it going, but there will be a caution. He'll pull in for heat race number 1. So that is going to shrink the gap Cody Buck had on the 25M of Byron Meeks.
All restarts single file on heat races, so we're going to be going back single file.
This will be a single file restart. Cody Buck, your leader. Byron Meeks second. Colton Probes runs third. Jeremy Briault fourth. As I do believe the lights on the pace truck are still on, so we're going to bring them around another time. So we'll see if Byron Meeks has anything for your leader here. We'll be working lap 6 whenever we take the green flag out of turn number 4. Byron Meeks in a position to try and pick up another feature win here tonight. Cody Buck going to have to come from the tail, but these heat race points do matter. If he could gain a point here, that would be a lot easier than having to worry about it at another time. So the lights are off on the pace truck. Cody Buck will control the pace, and he will fire when ready out of turn number 4. Christopher Gormont out of the party in this one. 4 cars to settle it to the line. Out of turn number 4, we're going to fire him back up here. Cody Buck will fire when ready out of turn number 4. He'll fire. Good start for Cody Buck. He'll gain a couple car lengths down into turn number 1. Does Byron Meeks have anything for him? Buck a little bit over the cushion. Meeks with a little bit of a cut down. He might be able to try and gain a little ground. He peeks the nose to the inside. Could we see a slide jump here into turn number 3? Big slide jump! Parks it on him just a little bit. He'll get out of the gas. Cody Buck rolls back to the inside. That was close. That could have been catastrophe, but they'll stay clean and green right now. Cody Buck back to the lead. 2 laps to go as we work lap 7 down the back straightaway. See if Meeks decides to try and hold on to that second place position, or if he's going to have one last run at him. Smeel Racing Designz. White flag one more time around for Cody Buck. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Meeks not quite in striking distance. Into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Cody Buck's going to win heat race number 1 with the KDJ Designz big block. Second goes to Byron Meeks. Third, Colton Probes. Fourth will be Jeremy Briault. So maybe a slight pucker moment between those two there in turns 3 and 4, but luckily just glanced off the bumper, off the front bumper of Cody Buck, got a little wide, but was able to hold on to second place.
It was definitely a close one there, but they were able to keep her straight. That's all that's important.
As we've got KDJ.
Well, I'll start us off here, Tyler, for this second heat race. On the pole of this one, it'll be our rookie. He is out of DuBois in the number 9. That is John Smeel. Not Jonathan. That is John. That is Jonathan's dad. And outside of him in the 53P, he hails out of Brockway. Is Ryan Patton still looking for that ever elusive first feature win?
In the 66N machine out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Orby Newcomb in the 66. Outside of him in the 7 machine, that's going to be Cody Schultz. Cody Schultz out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Tell you what, Cody Schultz had a pretty good run at the start of the year. Was able to pick up a heat race win. Has struggled a little bit here lately, but we'll see if he can maybe come from 4th here and have a good finish here with the KDJ Designz heat race number 2.
I have a feeling Patton's going to really try to capitalize on this front row starting spot so he gets a good start in this feature. So he's going to have to, if he happens to get this, we'll have to start alongside Byron Meeks as Cody Buck, I believe, will have to fall to the tail of the field.
I do believe he will. As we're getting ready to turn him loose, John Smeel, your rookie, on the point. He's going to look to fire at the green flag. That one might not go. He'll keep it green here. Jonathan Smil maybe got a little bit happy on that restart, but he'll keep the lead here into turn number 3. But Ryan Patton's going to power around the outside. He'll go to the lead here out of turn number 4. John Smil now runs in second. Ryan Patton, now your leader, looking to start on the front row once again here this year. Cody Schultz runs in third. Orvie Newcomb back to fourth. John Smil gets a little tight there. Cody Schultz maybe going to try and turn down the hill here. Look to the inside. Cody Schultz is sideways. He'll try and hold on to it. Orvie Newcomb goes around. Orvie Newcomb, he'll jump to third now. He's going to try and go to work on the 9 machine of Jonathan Smil. You can see Schultz kind of got in that black slick there, and that's all it took for that car to start to go around on him. Out of turn number 4. Orvis is going to work to that outside. He tries to give a lane to the inside. Go back up to the cushion out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. John Smil still runs second. Orvis Newcomb in third, trying to look to the outside. He'll go all the way up to the wall, get a big run off of turn number 4. Smil still has that position. Orvie looking to sneak through. Out front, it's all Ryan Patton as he continues to pull away. But your battle right now is for second, third, and fourth. Orvie Newcomb back to the outside. Cody Schultz cuts down the racetrack. He'll try and get a 2 for 1. 2 for 1 for Cody Schultz. He'll go to second. Great move by Cody Schultz to see that opening. And he was able to do what he wanted to do there earlier and was able to cut down and go to second there on the bottom of turn number 4. As we'll now work lap number 7 into turn number 1. Cody Schultz runs second, out third as Orvis Newcomb. John Smil back to fourth. Out front all alone, putting a clinical on this second heat race with the KDJ Big Blocks. Smil Racing Designs white flag for Ryan Patton out of Brockway. He'll run the bottom through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time. He's going to start on the front row of your feature here tonight and try and get redemption for last week. Ryan Patton, he'll win heat race number 2 with the KDJ Big Blocks. Second place is going to go to Cody Schultz in the 7th. Third to Orvis Newcomb. Fourth to John Smil.
Good recovery by the number 7 there after falling all the way to the tail to get that second spot. And Patton did exactly what he wanted to do, get himself in another position to try to win yet another one of these races that just seem to be, I don't know what the word is, but slipping through his fingers, Tyler.
Definitely slipping through his fingers.
It's time for some feature action here in the KDJ Etched Designs Big Block Modifieds. They're getting ready to line up for their feature. Guess we'll wait and just let Cody Buck go back to where his starting position will be before we read off the lineup, Tyler.
Yeah, that's definitely going to put Byron Meeks, I do believe, in a situation that he wants to be in here to try and pick up another feature win. But some heavy hitters in this one, I do have to say. Cody Buck is going to move to the rear of the field here. So, on the pole of this one out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, the man of many names, Squeaky Byron Drake. In the 25M machine, your points leader. We'll go with Byron Meeks. He'll lead him to green here out of turn number 4, but on his outside pole looking for redemption from last time we raced at Cedar Lake. That's going to be the 53P out of Brockway, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Ryan Patton.
It's in your second row. We got a couple of Clearfield natives here as the 57C inside. One of your rookies this year running exceptionally well for his rookie season will be Colton Probst, and outside of him, in the number 7, we've got Cody Schultz.
Inside row number 3 in the 74 machine, he's out of West Lebanon, New York. That's going to be Jeremy Briault. Outside of him in the 66N, that's going to be Orvis Newcomb out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Inside your fourth row, out of State College, Pennsylvania, in the 43, we got Christopher Gormont. And out of DuBois, we've got another rookie in the series, the number 9, John Smeal.
Rounding out your field, last week's feature winner in the 29B machine, that's going to be Cody Buck out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. Alrighty, here we go. We're set to turn them loose here out of turn number 4. Byron Meeks looking to pick up another one. Ryan Patton looking to pick up his first of the season. Green flag out of turn number 4. Lots of horsepower will fire off down into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Byron Meeks going to take that early lead on the inside. Ryan Patton up on that cushion where he wants to be. He seems to be driving that car ever so straight through the center of the corner. He'll run second right now. Cody Schultz finds himself running third. Cody Schultz up on that cushion. He'll continue to run in that podium position. Orvis Newcomb trying to follow suit. He'll grab a handful of the guardrail there, but he'll hold on to it. Colton Probst falls back to 5th now. Back up front, Byron Meeks has decided to move up the racetrack, and now Ryan Patton looks to the inside. Patton now back to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4. Meeks will try a little bit of a cut down here. Out of turn number 4. Ryan Patton flirting with that Newcomb tire. And so now follow suit behind the 25M machine. These two are already starting to pull away from the rest of your crew behind them. Cody Schultz runs third. Orvis Newcomb trying to find a way around for third. Colton Probst, he's moved up to that outside lane. He's not going to be denied here tonight as he runs 5th. Schultz back up to that cushion. Down the back straightaway, Newcomb takes a peek, but not going to happen yet. Byron Meeks starting to try and inch away from the 53P machine. Into turn number 1. Meeks still leads. Patton runs second. Schultz is the only car up on the berm right now. He runs third. Furthest car on the berm. Orvis Newcomb trying to follow suit. Probst trying to get around the outside of him. Good battle back here for the 3rd place position. Now the 66 will go to the inside. He'll take a peek to the inside out of turn number 2. Not going to make it happen yet. Side by side for your podium position. Schultz runs a good clean line out of turn number 4. They're dead even at the line. Orvis Newcomb maybe looking for a slider here. No, he's going to have to continue to try and roll around the bottom. So Orvis Newcomb now going to move into that 3rd podium position, but Cody Schultz not to be denied. He'll try and work back around on the outside. Orvis Newcomb will flirt with that Newcomb tire. He'll go to 3rd. Oh, there's the inside wall for Orvis Newcomb. He grabbed a handful of it hard. That was a lot of concrete. He'll give that spot back up, and you got to think there might be a little bit of wheel damage on that 66 machine. And so he'll drop back to 4th now and give that 3rd place back to the 7 machine. Here comes Cody Buck now looking to the inside of Orvis Newcomb. Cody Buck is just rolling around the inside. He's picked up a lot of positions early in this one as he looks for 4th right now on the inside of Orvis Newcomb. So Cody Buck from 9th to 4th right now in that 29B machine. Back up front, Meeks has about half a straightaway on the 53P of Ryan Patton. Cody Schultz having a good run here tonight. He runs 3rd. We work lap 11 out of turn number 4. Cody Buck trying to close the gap now on the 7 machine. Schultz on the cushion. Buck on the bottom. Into turn number 3. Cody Buck keeping that car ever so straight. Rolling through the center. Orvis Newcomb's got his feet back on him now. Jeremy Briault, he'll go to the bottom now. He'll take that spot away from Colton Probst. Side by side now for 3rd. Buck might have him here down the back straightaway. Schultz will shove up to that cushion. He'll try and get a run off of turn number 4, but Cody Buck has a little bit better bite off the bottom. Cody Buck now runs 3rd. Orvis Newcomb trying to get 4th now from Cody Schultz. Jeremy Briault's found that line at Cody Buck's, and now he's knocking on the door. Jeremy Briot, he'll now knock on the door of the 66N. He'll go down there to that Newcomb tire and flirt with it off of turn number 4. Briot now runs 5th. Schultz now going to try and make that move to the bottom side. Briot going to show that nose, says, excuse me. Schultz is having a little bit of trouble keeping that car as straight as the rest of the drivers around him, and so he'll drop back now to 5th. He'll try and go back to that bottom side now, leave a lane for Orvis to come on the outside, but Schultz trying to get back into rhythm on the bottom. He'll slow the car down, try and creep around that bottom side. Briot runs in 4th. Cody Buck runs in 3rd. Way out in front, though. Still Byron Meeks. He's crawling around the bottom side. John Smeal goes a lap down here. Ryan Patton about a straightaway behind right now. All cars rolling right around the bottom side right now. Cody Buck in 3rd. Jeremy Briot having a good run right now, the rookie. He runs 4th. A lot of bad luck for that 74 machine so far this year, Dad, but I tell you what, it's good to see him having a good run.
Yeah, it's good to see him doing well. As he stuck with us, and one of the guys, it seems like he comes and shows up every week, and we're happy to have him. Glad to see him having a good run.
And definitely having a good run right now. All 3 cars in front of him have been up front week in and week out, so running a great race right now along the bottom side of this Volusia Speedway. Start to wonder how long is this bottom going to hold up. Cody Schultz has moved down there also. He rounds out your top 5. Good battle behind him, though, is Orvis Newcomb and Colton Probes. They're side by side for that 6th place position. Probes has it by half a cat's whisker right now into turn 1. Orvis Newcomb not to be denied on that outside cushion, though. Out front, though, it's still the 25M machine of Byron Meeks. Ever so smooth around the bottom side right now. No pressure. Ryan Patton, no lap cars in between, but Meeks has about a straightaway. Buck runs 3rd. Jeremy Briot now maybe closing in on that 29B ever since he's moved to that outside lane. Briot maybe trying to pick up his first ever podium here with the league. He'll drive to the inside. Not in striking distance quite yet of Cody Buck, but he seems to be closing the gap. I tell you what, these guys driving the bottom are really slow rolling. They're driving these cars in straight and just steering them around the corner.
It definitely seems to be a fast way around the racetrack right now, too. Not sure if it's going to last all 60 laps, but this might be the time to try to make up some ground down there. And tell you what, Briot was able to reel Cody in and then kind of stalled out, but he might be able to make another run at him.
Yeah, right now it looks like he's stalled out, but he's had to check up a couple more times, hasn't quite had the momentum. Maybe Briot looking to get back in that rhythm, and maybe he could try and run down that 29B machine, but Cody Buck's trying to get it wound up out there and maybe see if he can find something before the next guy. Back up front, Christopher Gormont out of State College. He's going to go a lap down in that 43 machine to Byron Meeks. Colton Probes has been able to work around. Oh, Orvis Newcomb catches a handful of the guardrail there, but he'll hold on to it. Colton Probes has been able to clear the 66 machine of Orvis Newcomb. So now Probes runs solely in that 6th place position. Cody Schultz runs 5th. Like we said, Briot in 4th behind Cody Buck. They'll work to the inside of John Smeal here into turns 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, Briot, he'll clear the 9 machine of John Smeal, trying to now set his sights back on the 29B machine.
Tell you what, right now I've been watching the lap times of Meeks, and he is consistently about a tenth faster. So, yeah, that car hasn't slowed down at all. Really has himself a good race car here tonight.
He's just ever so slightly just starting to pull away, and now we actually see him jump to that outside lane. He's been on that bottom. He's going to have a little bit of a cut down here off of turn number 4, like we usually can see here at Volusia. With all the room he has right now, he can kind of use any part of the racetrack he wants, and he's making that show right now as he's got a pretty decent lead, like you said, over the 53P machine of Ryan Patton. Cody Buck had a great run. He came from 9th here to 3rd so far, but
I mean, Patton's got a good hot rod. He's consistently at least a tenth faster than your third and fourth place car, but Meeks is just right now in a league of his own, and we'll see if them tires will hold up or whether Patton can make a bid out of him here, because we are only just past our halfway mark.
Yeah, this race gonna be one of the bigger track, a little bit more long and tiring for these guys, and I have seen Meeks. He's stepped up to that outside. He's definitely probably using a little bit more right rear than he was, but with a comfortable lead, he's definitely just hoping to not have a caution here and continue to hold that steady gap that he has on Ryan Patton. As these top three have kind of decided to move up the racetrack. You see Meeks higher on the racetrack. Patton, he was driving a little higher before. Now he goes back to the bottom here along with the 29B machine. All these guys behind him, they're all continuing to try and roll around that bottom side. And right now, Orvis Newcomb, he's becoming a threat of going a lap down here in this one. As Cody Buck's been able to hold that 74 machine at bay for quite a long time, and now Briot's finally, he's going to try and jump up to that outside along with him and see what he can do. As that cushion, it is starting to get pushed up and maybe a little bit out of the way. These guys are going to have to drive it down in there hard if they want to be able to use it to its full advantage. We'll work lap number 40 now. Meeks is going to have a quick slider on the 9 machine of John Smale. He'll be able to put him another lap down in that 9 machine. As I tell you what, Meeks is, he's not catching the back of this field super quickly. You wonder if he's really just kind of pacing himself, or if these guys are going as fast as they can and they're not too far off the pace, but a 1/10 is just the difference that's just a difference. Out here, tenths make such a big difference, and right now he's trying to close up. It continues to pull away from the 53P machine.
Jeremy Burrell was able to make another bid here at Cody Buck.
Yes, he'll take a look to the inside, and what a great move by Briot. Like you said, just able to catch that. He uses that 43 machine as a pick as he's right on that inside wall. They're side by side. First side-by-side action we've seen in a while. Good crossover from the 29B. Peeking nose at the inside of Jeremy Briot. Briot catches the concrete down the straightaway. He'll go back to the outside. Buck will leave him a lane. Good run down the back straightaway for Briot. He's looking to go for his first podium so far this year. Into turn number 3. Briot will get the drive on the outside, side-by-side at the line. Briot has him by half a cat's whisker. Into turn number 1. Cody Buck now back on that bottom side. Briot has that outside line. They've both raced all over this racetrack. Can Cody Buck try and work back around him? Briot's trying to hold him at bay. Out of turn number 4, Cody Buck now has him by a car length. Briot not going to be able to complete the pass. He'll have to shuffle back into 4th. Now he'll pull back out, down the back straightaway, maybe take a peek. Not going to make it happen quite yet. Like you said, good eye. They're able to catch that. Briot was able to use the 43 machine as a pick and try and get to the inside of Cody Buck. Made a good bid for it, but unfortunately for him, Cody Buck with a good crossover, he'll go back to that podium position. Back up front, Byron Meeks has worked around both Orvis Newcomb and the 57C of Colton Probes, now looking to go to the inside of Cody Schultz. He'll slide up the racetrack, leave Cody Schultz a lane on the outside. Side by side. Right now, as Cody Schultz looks to go a lap down here, he runs 5th right now. Meeks now, he'll slide finally back up across the racetrack. Schultz runs 5th. Meeks your leader. Schultz trying to hold off a charging Colton Probes and Orvis Newcomb. as we work lap number 50 into turn number 1. Ryan Patton, just a click off. He's about a straightaway behind your leader. Cody Buck and Jeremy Briot, your best race for position right now. Colton Probst working on the inside of Orvis Newcomb now to try and get back up to that 6th place position. Cody Schultz trying to hold on for a good top 5 finish here. He's had trouble so far this year. It'd be good to see him have a top 5 position. Jeremy Briot continues to have a great run. He continues to just run his race in that 4th place position. Cody Buck runs 3rd. He came from 9th tonight. Now on the back end of Cody Schultz, Orvis Newcomb, Colton Probst. Is there going to be 3 wide here out of turn number 4? Orvis Newcomb takes a peek. Schultz has that 5th place spot still. Into turn number 1. Schultz back up to that cushion. How much has he abused that right rear tire? He's trying to grab a hold of everything he can out there. Down the back straightaway. Newcomb tries to take a peek. He'll get on the binders there. Probst around the bottom. We're 3 wide out of 4 for top 5 position. Newcomb to the inside. Could we see a slide job? No, we won't. He'll back it back down. Schultz on the cushion. Newcomb on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. They're side by side. Christopher Gormont in front of him. We're 3 wide for position 5. Probst tries to take a peek. Not yet. We're 4 wide into turn number 1. Out of turn number 2. They're leaning on each other, Schultz and Newcomb. Newcomb will leave him a lane. Schultz back up to the cushion. Out of turn number 4. Newcomb now runs 5th. Schultz back to 6th. Cody Schultz going to try and get that outside lane working for him once again. Probst going to try and go back around him on the inside. But out front, as we work lap 57 of 60. Byron Meeks, your leader. He's got a sizable lead over Ryan Patton, who right now has a 3-car battle for 5th in front of him. That's the battle between Newcomb, Probst, and Schultz. Out of turn number 4, these 3 still battle under a blanket. Probst to the inside of Schultz now. Newcomb's on the cushion in front of him. Out of turn number 4, Smeal Racing Designz white flag one more time around for Byron Meeks. He's put a clinical on the field here tonight. He's got a 5-second advantage down the back straightaway. He's lapped up to 5th in that 25M machine. And out of turn number 4, he'll pick up another one here at the Instigators. Byron Meeks wins at Volusia. 2nd place going to go to Ryan Patton. 3rd place, Cody Buck from 9th. 4th place, great run for Jeremy Briot. Coming home 5th will be Orvis Newcomb. Colton Probst able to work around Schultz for 6th. Schultz in 7th, still with a great run in the 7 machine. Followed by Christopher Gormont. Jonathan Smeal rounds out your field. Had some great racing throughout the pack, but...
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you got them races that come down to the wire, and sometimes you got them races where you just got a guy that's glass of the field. And we've had a couple of those tonight, but still some great racing all the way back through the field.
Definitely a part of racing.
As Drake Meeks, a.k.a. Byron, a.k.a. Squeaky, has joined us. He wasted no time running up to the booth. I like that. Drake, man, you just put a clinic on him Turner tonight there. You won by like almost 6 seconds, so quite a run. You got out front and never looked back.
Yeah, the car was pretty good. Pretty well balanced. I could put it anywhere I wanted it to. It was definitely a long race, it felt like, with no cautions. And I felt like we had 20 more laps to go before the 5 laps came up.
Yeah, it's definitely when you got them races that don't have no cautions, you go 60 laps straight. It definitely feels like a long time, a long green flag run. You were able to lap all the way up to the 5th place. Car was on a rail. You didn't make any mistakes, and you bring home another win to add to your points to lead. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything you'd like to say about the race, or who you'd like to thank tonight?
I like to thank you guys, like always, for putting the race on. It's always a blast, and racing with these guys every week. It's, competition's stout, and, gotta try to do it from the tail next week.
That'll definitely put a spin on things coming from the back. I mean, starting out front definitely helps, but if there's anybody who can do it, you can do it, buddy.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Coming home in second, another great run by the 53P, Ryan Patton. Tell us a little bit about your race.
I just didn't have anything for him.
Yeah, I mean, you ran a great race, man. I mean, pretty much spot on every lap. It's just you were about a 10th off. I was watching your lap times, and maybe that's something you can build on for next week. But because you had a pretty good looking car, but just about a 10th off.
Yeah, that was definitely a different track than what was practiced on, but that's all part of it.
Yeah, we have that realistic weather deal going on this year, and it just seems like it definitely throws curveballs sometimes in your favor, sometimes not in your favor. And tonight, it just seemed like there in practice, I noticed that you were able to swap sliders with Byron, and we were watching you out there in hot laps. It looked like you were rolling the bottom a little better then than you was there in that race. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Well, man, another good points run. Another top 2. Just knocking on that door. Continue to knock on that door, and you'll be up here in victory lane sooner than you know it.
I'm going to keep saying it every time I finish in second. Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, this seems like the same thing, huh? Well, man, good race. Who'd you like to thank? Anybody you'd like to thank?
You guys, as usual, for putting this on. I have a blast every week. Besides when I hit the wall in the lead, I have a blast every week.
Well, we understood last week you not coming up the announcer's booth. You waved us off, said not tonight. We completely understood that. That was one of them ones that got away, and you'll have that. But you ran a great race last week too. Since we didn't get to talk to you, we'll tell you just how good you looked there. We thought you had it. Another heartbreaker, but hey, man, you made it back this week. Another second place. Love the fact you keep coming back and keep pushing forward.
All you can do is learn and come back.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. We're going to move on down to Cody Buck. Cody, coming from the back, ran a smart race, had a good battle there with Jeremy Brialt for quite a bit of that race. Able to hold on there for that 3rd place. A good run tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I found the bottom there early on and managed to work my way up through pretty quick, but Byron and Patton were already too far gone for me to even try to catch them. So I just kind of stayed calm and patient and just ran my race.
No, that's all you can do sometimes. You start in the back. It's more, sometimes you ain't got no cautions in your favor. All you can do is try to have a good points run. Pick up what you can pick up, keep your nose clean, and get as far forward as you can. And you did a good job at that tonight. Still picked up a podium.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to say more about your race, or anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on every Tuesday. It's always a great time coming in here. It's always good, clean racing. Never have any issues in here every Tuesday.
All right, man. Well, thank you for showing up every week, and you've been doing a good job this year. Congratulations again, like I said, and we'll probably see you back next week possibly, and we'll call this a night. And I do believe you should be our hard charger, also our Newcomb Automotive hard charger, if I'm not mistaken, right, Tyler?
Yeah, I do believe you will be the Newcomb Automotive hard charger, coming from that 9th place position. You're able to pick up 6 there and finish high in the standings. So that should be 6. So that should be the Newcomb Automotive hard charger.
All right, well, congratulations on the podium and the hard charger, and we are going to move on here and get ready for our Harrison Brothers Welding Fabrication Super Late Models coming up shortly.